Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here. And recently here on YouTube, I've been seeing a ton of videos comparing Grand Theft Auto 5 to Grand Theft Auto 4, or something along the lines of like 100% proof that one of the games is better or another. And I think this was sparked by a video that was originally done a couple months ago by a user on here, CrowBCat, who put out a video that was titled GTA 4 is better than GTA 5. It's got like 5.5 million views, which is obviously a ton. And I think that sparked a lot of conversation between the two games. Obviously, they're related in many ways. They're from the same developer. They're the most two recent Grand Theft Auto games. So in today's video, instead of me kind of debating for which one is better than another, I'm going to be talking about 10 amazing features that were in Grand Theft Auto 4 that didn't seem to make their way into Grand Theft Auto 5. And if they were added into GTA 5, would make the game so much of a better experience. So I don't know how many of you guys had the chance to play GTA 4. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a backwards compatibility version or a remastered version for the console yet. I say that because I don't know what could be announced coming forward. Luckily, it is available on PC, though, so if you've never gotten the chance to play GTA 4, I highly recommend that you do. Even though it doesn't have an expansive online mode, the story and the multiplayer that is available is still pretty awesome, and that's some of the things we're going to be talking about in today's video. So this isn't in any particular order of things that need to be added the most, or most important features or least important features, but at the number one spot, this actually comes from the DLC, The Lost and the Damned, and this is the player's ability to use like weapons on a motorcycle, in particular like a baseball bat. So if I can find like a GIF or some pictures, I'll put it on the screen. But basically, Johnny Klebitz was able to, in races, use a baseball bat to like knock other bikers off. And I thought that was a really cool use of melee weapons on bikes, which is something we currently don't get to do in Grand Theft Auto 5. The only thing we can do is use like smaller weapons, so like either compact rifles or pistols or sticky bombs or grenades. So I think Rockstar needs to introduce another category for us to use in terms of weapons. Imagine being able to use like a baseball bat or a katana or a golf club and knock someone off, or knock someone out if they're walking down the street. That could be pretty fun as well, even if it isn't used in a more racing-like scenario. So that's one feature from GTA 4's The Lost and the Damned that I wish Rockstar had moved over. Feature number two, and this actually comes from GTA 4's multiplayer, and that is a more colorful minimap. So if you ever played Grand Theft Auto 4's multiplayer, you'll know that not only do each of the characters have like colored blips over their head, but also on the minimap, all the dots have certain colors too. So this indicates either who's on your side or who's on your friends list, or if you just met a random player in game and you want to keep up with them and maybe hang out with them, you can like look at their certain color and see, okay, that's my friend. Now in GTA Online, there's only the shades of white that we see indicating how passive or aggressive someone is. So I really wish that Rockstar would ultimately end up making that change, because for me, it made things a little bit easier to find people and things on the minimap. Now at the number three spot, this is also another game mode from Grand Theft Auto 4's multiplayer, and that is Cops and Crooks. So this was one of the greatest game modes in GTA 4's multiplayer. It was so much fun to do with friends and other random people. Essentially, as it sounds, you have a team of cops, you have a team of crooks. You basically had to get from one location to another. The cops ultimately tried to stop you. It was really fast-paced action, lots of fun. And for whatever reason, this game mode didn't make its way into Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, of course, Rockstar could be saving this for a future update, or they could be implementing it into the game sometime soon. I have absolutely no clue, but as of right now, it's obviously not in GTA Online. So Cops and Crooks is something I would love to see. At the number four spot, passenger drive-bys. So this is actually featured in some Grand Theft Auto 5 artwork. I'll put it on the screen right now. It's this guy like leaning out of the passenger window in a typical vehicle. Now, I believe you can do this in vans, but you can't do this in regular cars. And this was a feature in GTA 4 that was really really cool. It kind of made drive-bys a little bit more realistic. You're not just like shooting machine gun bullets like through the back window of your car or out the side window. You're actually exposing your body and putting your life on the line to get shots off on someone else. So I thought that that was a little bit more of a realistic and cool feature from Grand Theft Auto 4, and I wish that that had transferred over into Grand Theft Auto 5, because not only does it look cool, but it also looks a little bit more realistic as well. Feature number 5, enterable buildings. I mean, I'm just gonna show you guys some of the buildings you can go into in Grand Theft Auto 4 right now. I mean, there's a ton, even in multiplayer. So in GTA 5 single player, there's obviously some buildings that are opened up for certain cutscenes or campaign missions, like the Life Invader building and some various interiors. But in online, nearly nothing is opened, and that's the exact opposite in GTA 4. You could pretty much go into every coffee shop, every clothing place, every, eating establishment, every car dealership. I mean, there were so many things you could go inside, and in Grand Theft Auto Online, it seems almost like it's the exact opposite. We can't seem to go into anything. So I'm not sure why on improved consoles and probably with improved gameplay elements, we can't go inside any of these buildings, but it seems as if Rockstar have had either a change of heart or a change of direction on how they want to go about these things, because, like I said, in GTA 5 and in Grand Theft Auto Online, there really isn't any buildings we can go inside, which unfortunately is kind of a shame. So feature number 6 I'd like to see is multiplayer lobby search settings. So if you guys have ever gone into GTA 4 multiplayer, you know that you could pretty much customize the way you could join any lobby in online. So you could choose if you wanted police on or off, you could take off auto aim, you could take off friendly fire if you wanted to, you could select a location, you could choose the amount of weapons, the duration you were doing. I mean, there were just so many settings that you could choose from in Grand Theft Auto 4's multiplayer that it made it really, really cool if you wanted to try and set up a private session or just wanted to get things the way you wanted to. And unfortunately, I feel like we don't have that in GTA 4. There's really just nothing we can do to change the settings. Really, the only thing we can do is set our aim sensitivity or aim preferences, and that'll just put us in with other players that have similar kind of aim settings. So, like I said, unfortunately, that isn't the case for Grand Theft Auto Online. There's no like lobby search settings, and I think that might actually solve a lot of the lag and connectivity issues in GTA Online. So if you were to only connect with players that had your settings, maybe you would be able to easily find more people or get into lobbies that wouldn't disconnect so easily. So again, that might be something that Rockstar toys around with a little bit, but that was an awesome feature in GTA 4's multiplayer. Feature number 7, and this is a simple one, but I think it's also important as well, and that's picking up objects off the ground. So in Grand Theft Auto 4, you could almost use the environment to help you. You could pick up a brick and throw it through a window, or you could pick up a piece of garbage and use it to fight someone. In Grand Theft Auto 5, it seems like the world is fighting against you. Like you can't even use the things in game, and the characters seem to be almost detached to their environment and things they could use to help them out in combat or in story situations. So I really love that about GTA 4. I thought it was a cool feature to just say, hey, that's a brick. I'm going to pick that off the ground and use it to beat someone up with. I mean, just the randomness you could do is really awesome, and I wish that continued as well, especially because in GTA 5 single player, there's like a lot of things you could pick up on the ground. Like you could use spray paint cans, or you could use, maybe a telephone off the telephone pole. So I think there's a lot of creativity here. I just don't know why it ultimately wasn't utilized. Moving on to feature number 8, police car objectives. So in Grand Theft Auto 4, if you get in a police squad car, you can use like the left bumper to pull up this police database menu where you can search through criminals, you can look through various people in game, you can try and actually become a vigilante of sorts and hunt these players down. And that feature is nowhere to be found in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I know in GTA 4 they used that for a campaign mission, but it still remained relevant throughout the entire game, where you could go in any squad car you wanted to, and you could pull up this police database menu. And I thought it was really cool, provides for some awesome mini games, but it would also be a great way for Rockstar to throw in some either Easter eggs or clues or background into characters that we don't traditionally run into across the game itself. So why that's not in Grand Theft Auto 5, I have absolutely no idea. I would have assumed that would have been something relatively easy to move over, but I guess not. Feature number 9, police reactions to you. So the police in Grand Theft Auto 5 are certainly T-1000 Terminators. They are incredibly powerful and strong. They overreact to you breathing on them. And I think there needs to be a balance between what was in GTA 4, which the cops were maybe a little lax, in Grand Theft Auto 5, where, like I said, they are extremely sensitive. But honestly, I think I'd rather have the cops from GTA 4 that won't just like auto assault you if you accidentally bump into them on the street. They'll react more like a normal person would, which would say, hey, why'd you bump into me? Not pull out their pistol and start shooting you. So that's one thing I think that ultimately needs to be changed. I don't know if you can at this point, but again, I think the cops are way, way too sensitive in GTA 5. And finally, last but not least, feature number 10, and this kind of piggybacks off of feature number 9, and that is NPC reactions to you as well. So very similarly to the cops, the NPCs in games seem to be ultra sensitive. Like, there'll be many times where I'll go AFK in Grand Theft Auto 5 story mode, and when you go AFK in story mode, you don't disconnect just because there's nothing for you to disconnect from. And many times I'll come back and I'll be dead, and I'll wonder what will happen. And because I've got recording software that shows me what happened, it'll be an NPC that just came up to me and started punching me like out of the blue, and it killed me. That never really happens in GTA 4, and they react differently to what you do. If you run them over, something like that, the physics of the NPCs and characters themselves just seem to be a little bit more realistic. So I wish that was kind of a change in Grand Theft Auto 5. Probably, obviously, there's nothing we could do about that right now. But those are sort of the top 10 amazing features that were in Grand Theft Auto 4 that I'd like to see in Grand Theft Auto 5 that didn't make their way over. I'd also love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. If you play GTA 4, what are some things or features you notice that are in that game that are not in GTA 5 that you'd like to see? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you did go on to enjoy the video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.